Team Nancy and Maggie.
Hi.
You guys want to present your piece?
Sure. So this piece we decided to go with because we were trying to come up with a workstation that obviously everybody who needs a desk and they're, might not have a lot of space for something big. So we went with this because we thought it was the perfect size. So when you're done with the day, you can close your doors and you just have this beautiful piece of furniture. And when you want to work, you can take this out, you can pull this laptop or keyboard out to yourself, and you have a beautiful workspace. You have tons of storage, baskets, drawers.
It's also aesthetically pleasing, as you can see. So we're all working at home, which isn't ideal, but when you look inside, it's bright, positive, and a little decoupage on the back with a few pointers. We have these cork boards and dry erase board on the side, notes, and an area where you can clip stuff on the other side. It's a very functional space.
It's also powered. It has two USB outlets and two regular outlets in there, so you could charge your laptop, your phones, and then just close it all up at the end of the day.
The major perk of this piece is the closing part. A lot of people, as Nancy already said, are working from home, and people don't have the space for an office. They never plan for that. So instead of having your desk spread out on your living room table or your dining room table or wherever it may be, you can just put this piece there, and then once it's closed, as we said, it will look really nice and no one will know that's where you work all day.
And what's your favorite feature that you guys came up with?
My favorite feature, I guess, would be, actually, I just kind of love the whole inside. I love that it's bright and it's cheery and it's functional, and I just love the whole color thing and the flowers in the back. I think that's my favorite part.
I think another part that is our favorite are the hardware.
The hardware.
As silly as that sounds, beautiful, hip, trendy. It makes this piece look, say, anthropology or something super hip.
Yep.
And in comparison to what the hardware was, it is the biggest upgrade.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And did this all go 100% smooth for you guys, or did you face some challenges?
I faced a little bit of challenges. It was like from 1970s, so it was really, really coated with really thick, high gloss urethane. It needed a lot of sanding. I wasn't quite sure how the primer would take to it. And then I had a little issue with the paint, but the effect overall I think is unique and I love it.
So if you look closely, it almost has like a leather crackle look to it, which is actually very unique. It makes our piece one of a kind, and you couldn't recreate this if you tried. So even more of a reason to vote for our piece.
And it's got a really good durable finish on it. It's coated with polyacrylic, so it's very, very durable and should last a long, long time.
Amazing. We are with Lucy and Margaret. Susie is not able to be with us today for setup, but she is here in spirit. So Lucy and Margaret, you want to tell us a little bit about your piece and your thought process?
Well, this is French country and our interpretation of a home office that could also serve as a dining space, workspace, multiple space. And we started with this hutch. Multi-purpose, many shelves, many storage components.
Lots of storage. And this is magnetic so that notes can be posted.
That is so cool.
This was magnetized, the metal is there. We inserted the metal and painted it.
And where did you find this beautiful material?
Actually, the Hobby Lobby, and I'll do a pitch for them, use their 40% coupons, and the fabric came from Hobby Lobby, the hardware came from Hobby Lobby. It was very expensive hardware but 40% off brings it down to very, very affordable price. And I did make a little chart here with some of our tips that we'd like to share with everyone that's going to be viewing. You want to talk about it?
You
Yeah.
want to talk about it? There you go.
You know, one thing that I always do, I do use chalk paint, but I always use a gray primer. So buy a gallon of that for like $17 and you'll have it for a long time. If you have any wood filler, rather than small little containers, use water putty, which is $3-4 for a big can, which goes a very long way, easy to sand. We made our own chalk paint, and just by chance, it's very similar to chalk paint called by Bear, called Blueprint. But we actually made our own, and then by coincidence looked at a chart and realized it was almost identical.
And if I can just interrupt, one of the great things that I learned from Peg doing this project was that you can go and find any color at Home Depot or wherever you purchase paint, and they can make it into chalk paint. So you have unlimited possibilities.
Because originally you had a color palette, now it's endless. And Floaterall, which is a product very inexpensive, is used to stretch your paint. Also, if you make your own chalk paint recipe, it's basically Floaterall calcium chloride, which is featured here, which you can order online or sometimes get at a pharmacy. And any type of latex paint, and you can make your own chalk paint. Very, very inexpensive. Just features, you know, how limited. You do not have to spend a lot of money on brushes and supplies. These are basically the 4 brushes we use to do the entire project.
And what is your favorite feature of this piece?
How do we even go about answering that? I love every bit of this project. I love this table because it can have so many more uses if it no longer becomes an issue to have it as a home desk. You can use it in any room, I think. And likewise with the cabinet here, the armoire can be continually used for home office, or it can go into a bedroom. And when I first saw it, I wanted to put it into a kitchen. I thought it would be just great fun in a kitchen with all these drawers and storage areas. And I love the fabric.
What was your thought process behind creating this space?
So what we had found was a toy here, a donation to the store, and that was one of the main things where we grabbed and ran with our decision on making it the Grace of Blues, making it more of a discovery.
And both of you have experience teaching, yeah?
Yes.
So would you love to have a space like that even in your classroom if school ever does go back into regular classroom space?
Absolutely, and more than experience teaching, both Jill and I, she has 1 son, I have 2 sons. We both know the challenges of keeping them focused, so giving them a quiet, cozy spot, away from the TV, away from siblings, a place that they can call their own, a place that they can consider it fun to go and do their remote learning work. We know the challenges of the remote learning for school these days. So this is a place that a child can call their own, a place that they can go and do their remote work. And that was the inspiration. Like Jill said, we found on the Habitat, on the ReStore online, we saw this moon. So we thought, let's grab that, and that became this whole theme of making it sort of an outer space spot. We've got the twinkle stars on top.
Love it.
It's got its own, everything except for the fabric and the pillows, everything was original to this piece. Like this was the TV stand. We did come up with a corkboard, and we reused the frame of the corkboard to be the chalk holders. Oh, and the paint. We did use chalkboard paint. This, of course, can be erased, and the kid can practice the spelling words, whatever they need to do there.
Artwork.
And what is your personal favorite thing about your piece? What do you love the very most?
I gotta say the moon. I mean, I just, tell you what, pretend you're a kid sitting in there, and we're gonna turn off this light. Is the moon on? The moon comes with a remote control. And so to sit in
Whoa.
here with the moon and maybe their tablet to get their work done is super cool feeling. So yeah, that's my favorite part.
And how about you, Jill?
So I think also with the piece itself, it was the camaraderie and the teamwork of us putting it together and rolling with the punches. When we ran into something, we were able to overcome
Lots of
those.
fun.
So I think that was one of my favorite things, but also the fact that it was all more or less hand done, and the teamwork behind putting it together. I do like the desk part, because that can also, as Barb said, growing, a child can either color on there or go in there with a tablet or even a computer.
And you said you rolled with punches. So was this 100% smoothest thing ever, or did you have any challenges that you did not foresee happening?
One of the things, this unit, if you saw this on the floor, you would open these doors, the doors would recess into that. One of the challenges we faced was we took the doors off to paint them. Getting them back on to work exactly right was a challenge. And our only solution was to eliminate the rails. So now the doors won't recess, it just opens and closes.
Which is a fine thing. It doesn't make a big deal. No one would know that that was there, but that was one of our thought processes of just eliminating that. But also the fact that finding time to get together, the scheduling, we rolled with those punches as well. So it was all, good ways to solve this and get this beautiful piece of work together.
You guys want to introduce yourselves?
Oh, all right, we're Team Tark. We're here with our finished piece. I love it. This is my dad, Joe, and he really made all of this fancy stuff happen with my ideas.
Awesome.
So this is our desk that started from a vanity. These used to be mirrors, and we replaced them with chalkboard and bulletin board. I wanted to have a place to display stuff because it's going to be in the middle of your house, and so pictures or things you want to, remember or whatever. And then we lined the drawers, kind of the black, white, and gray theme. And I just sort of did things that I thought I would like. In case nobody votes for it, we can take it home. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had a couple of Plan A's that went to Plan B's, so that was fun.
What was one of the struggles you guys experienced as you were creating this piece?
Well, we bought some spray to make a chalkboard. That didn't work out so well, so we bought a chalkboard. And then, let's see.
That's all. We had to take this all apart
Right, yeah.
so we could get the tabletop in. The mirror used to come all the way straight down, so there was no tabletop. We had to make our own.
Nice.
That's what we did. It was lots of fun. It was in my driveway for a couple of weeks. And we had a good time. It was lots of fun.
Awesome turnout, guys.